Hey, good people. Welcome. This is Dear Nick, presented by Love Now Media. This is the place where love, self, and faith intersect. Today's episode, we will be discussing love and money. I'd like to welcome my guest, Anissa Smith. She is a social justice advocate, educator, and entrepreneur, owner of the Cupcake Bar. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, we're going to jump right into the letter. The letter reads, Dear Nick, my girlfriend is always broke and I can't take it anymore. She does not pay her half of the rent. There's always an excuse. I cover every date. If you want to go on vacation, I have to think about how to pay for us both. The thing is, I know she has a lot of family problems and her parents aren't really in her life. My family is stable though and would help me if I needed it. It's like me and my lady are from two different worlds. They say love is supposed to be unconditional, but I think I have conditions. This is a burden. Any advice for me? Anissa, you go first.
So, money is the problem in so many different relationships. Mm-hmm. And so I think in the relationship context, you have to figure out how do people prioritize their money, right? So I would ask, what is your partner doing with their money? And so have you looked at a budget? Are you sharing bills? Do they live together? So many questions I have, but I would start by what are our priorities with money? Some people are not savers. Mm-hmm. Some people just spend and worry about it tomorrow. So I think that you have to look at the context of what you grew up in and how you look at money, because everyone comes from different. I know my partner and I'm a spender. She's a saver.
Right.
So we balance each other out, but I was raised have fun today and worry about it tomorrow. And she was raised put it away so you don't got to worry about it tomorrow. Right. So I think this couple definitely needs to look at how they prioritize money, what they're spending their money on, and then if they're sharing any expenses, how that works. But number one, I think you should stop paying for everything.
Okay.
You need to get your little date jar and everybody put a couple of coins in it and y'all go wherever those coins take you. So that would be my first initial advice without knowing more information. What you think?
I actually like everything you said, because I agree. If you don't want to keep paying for stuff, stop paying for it. Mm-hmm. Why do it, right? And for your partner, what are they doing with their money? Because you're not saying that you're getting help from family. You're just saying she's always broke. The money is going somewhere. Where's it going? So that's my first question. Mm-hmm. You guys need to sit down and have a conversation about that. Where is the money? And not only prioritize how important money is to you, but where does it go? So is it important for us to take vacation, to have a date night, to have a savings fund? Because I think it's pretty normal, like you said, you and your partner, one is a saver, one is a spender. I think that's the norm. Opposites attract. It's a real thing, right? And you guys can sharpen each other. I'm pretty sure your partner is probably a little rigid with the money.
Yes,
and you got to help her have a little fun, right?
Yes.
And she has to help you be a little more prudent and put some aside. So I feel like it's not that you guys are opposite, is that it seems like you don't really know where the money is going. That's what it seems like to me. Or either your partner just doesn't have any money. So do you just want to take care of everything? Some people are fine with that. Maybe you're the breadwinner, but she bakes the bread, right? I don't know. So it's a little bit information, but I got questions. So if you're comfortable being a breadwinner, then I would definitely say still put some limits on your spending, right? If it's important for you guys to take vacation, maybe once a year. Clearly, you guys probably can't take it quarterly without it hurting your complete budget if you're the only one providing for it. If you're not comfortable with being a breadwinner, as this letter states, then stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Do what needs to be done. Have a conversation about what you would like your relationship to look like, and come to an agreement with that. To me, I believe that we don't have to put the same amount in the pot. You can do it on a sliding scale.
Yep.
However, we all need to put some in the pot. Yep. So you're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So with being an entrepreneur, money fluctuates, right? It can go up and down all over, right?
Yes.
Looks like a heartbeat, okay? So how does that work in your relationship? How do you guys overcome the down moments?
I think we have become creative with how we have fun. So one, you need to have an expectation of what is fun to you.
Right.
And so we'll do an indoor date night and make different kinds of popcorn and do things that are within our means.
Right.
And then when we do a large event and we have worked hard, then we go show out, right?
Yeah.
You know, stay at the Rittenhouse Square Hotel and do something fun. So I think as entrepreneurs, just like entrepreneur is a roller coaster, so is like date life and vacation, and you have to plan. You can't just be like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to Hawaii. No, we want to go to Hawaii next week, so this is what we're going to put away from our ventures. So when you're an entrepreneur, you have to pay yourself. That's the number one rule. So you're working, but you have to pay yourself because it's not like a paycheck. So I think for us, it's about creativity, making the time, and knowing what's important. So it's not always about spending money or buying gifts, but more about time together. And I think every relationship is different. So thinking about that, but you have to talk about money. That's the one rule that happens in relationships before, like when you decide we doing this, we in this, talk about money. Whether you live together or not live together, right? Because a lot of times couples don't do that. They talk about it in the heat of the moment. You need a neutral time to talk about how we're going to deal with money, what the dates look like. Like for our dates, sometimes I pay everything. Sometimes she pays everything. It's not no 50-50. It's just, this is what we do.
Right.
And the element of surprise is just great, right? Groupon is good. So I'm a Groupon dater. Groupon half
I'm a
price.
happy hour dater.
You're a happy hour. There you go.
Specials.
So things that are like buy one get one free.
Okay.
There you go. So you work within your means and know what's important to your partner.
Split one, right? What's wrong with that?
Just eat before you come.
I'm just saying, as a PSA, my partner and I, when we first met, we shared a lot of things, right? It was like cute, like, oh, I do like to share. But it also helped with the budget.
It does.
You know, and you find that we overeat, right? Why get two small plates when you can get a large plate and share it? And it looks cute, too. I just think it's cute.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, work within your budget, though. I definitely believe that.
You have to.
Live with your means. So I have a book, right, that I feel like is great for this conversation, because we don't really know what's the priority of the person, that invited us into their relationship. We don't know what's the priority of her partner. So I think it's great. This is one of my faves. And I think this is great not only for romantic relationships, but also friendships, family relationships. The 5 love languages. Which way do you best receive and give love, right? We all do it. However, there is one that really sticks out to us the most, right? So for me, mine in here is quality time. But there are things like acts of service, gifts, affirmations, right? Verbal affirmations. What's the other one? Physical touch.
Service.
The acts of service. Right.
And physical touch.
Yeah, so all of these things are like real for everybody. Nobody is like, no, don't ever do that. However, there is one primary way that we all receive love, and which one sticks out to us the most. So I would definitely recommend everybody watching to get this book, 5 Love Languages, Gary Chapman. He has broken it down for like everybody. It's 5 love languages for men, 5 love languages for women, 5 love languages for married people, single people. Get whichever one works for you, but definitely become more self-aware about how you receive love and which works best for you. So you can have that conversation early on, right? And most likely you will not be with a person that has the same love language as you. As I said earlier, opposites attract, right? But if you can verbalize to somebody that this is my love language, if they really care, they will say, okay, I know this is important to my partner. I'll make an effort. I'll do this more. And that's how it works. It's not magic. It's just simply being aware of what you want. You say it, and then boom, bam, the person that loves you, that gets it, will honor that. And happy ever after, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least for that day.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Everybody's different.
We don't know. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
All right, so I'd like to thank my guest for coming, Anissa Smith. Yes. Thank you for having you again. I gotta give you some love.
Thank you.
Again,
yes,
some
yes.
little,
Thanks. Need that.
Thanks for coming and imparting your wisdom and sharing with us your tidbits. Yeah, we appreciate you. So if I was just to leave you guys with my advice for this Love and Money segment, it would be to, 1, communicate with your partner what you need and what you want. And also to be very clear about who you are and who they are. And is it worth it? So no relationship is perfect. There's always going to be a downside in some way, just because we're all moving and evolving. So even if you met them and they had tons of money then, maybe they are an entrepreneur and maybe next week it all goes away, right? We don't know. So you have to be okay with fluctuating and growing with a person. And if you don't feel like you should be growing with this person, then you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. So definitely check if the person that you're partnered with is worth it all. Whatever that is. Whether it's money, whether it's the lack of dates, whether it's the lack of quality time, they don't like to talk on the phone, whatever it is. When you look at that person, is it worth it? That's it. The answer is yes. Keep going. If it's no, thank you for watching, dear Nick. Tune in next time for our episode of Accepting Your Gay Child.